Okay, well, good evening. I am going to start week 12's scenario. The first thing I wanted to do is kind of just show off the scripts that I have created. At this point, I have two because I've only finished part of it. So inside the Google Cloud Platform editor, I have already run a Terraform file. The one that I've run is this one right here, main TF. And in this particular case, it's only creating just a single database with a single user. And I ran that apply just to kind of test it out and make sure that everything worked. And you can see here that when I go to the SQL instances, the instance that I created, again, right here, was created at this address. And if I click on this, you can see all of the different things that are available. You can see that it's been created correctly according to the minimum standards so that we could make sure that we weren't getting charged an overly huge amount. And if I go to the Users tab, you can see that there is the MySQL dev user. I had to shorten the name because I was limited to 16 characters, and I finally gave up and I shortened it to dev. But that is the development user that was part of the requirement. And when I created this, if you look here, I actually put in the ability to log into the network, and I've actually done that. You can see here that I created a link to that database, and I am successfully logged in to the MySQL Whitefield Development Database 1-1. Again, I had to change the name slightly because of the fact that I'd already created and destroyed one. So there's the first question already done, as well as the showing that I could log into the tool. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy the rest of the file over. The rest of the file resides right now here in Visual Studio Code. I broke it into sections just so it was easier for me to read. There's the Terraform initialization that shows the Terraform block and the provider block. And then each of the resource blocks that was used, in this case, the database creation blocks are here. You can see here's database creation 1. For the second one, again, a MySQL database. The third MySQL database, this one being QA instead of integration test. And then for Postgres, I don't know how you say that, for the second one, and then again for the third one. And then the last section of the Terraform file is the user creations. And here I have user 1, user 2, and user 3, which are the MySQL dev developer, the MySQL integration test user, and the MySQL QA user. And then again for Postgres, and Postgres. Again, I had to change the names. I had to shorten them so that they would fit within that 16 character limit that I'd been given. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the remainder of this into this file. You can see 217 lines have been transferred over. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open the terminal, and we are going to look at what's going to change. Now, what should change is we should see 16 additional resources should be added, but let's just take a look. And you can see, if I scroll to the top of this, that we're going to be creating some databases. We're going to be creating some instances. There's the Postgres instance 1, instance 2, and instance 3. And then we will be creating user 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So all of that should happen if I were to type in Terraform apply, which I will do now. It's going to go ahead and it's going to start the thing, and then it will get to this section where it's now showing me all of the plan. And if I type in yes, it's going to go ahead and start creating those instances. I'm going to pause the video here, and then when it's done, we'll come back and finish the rest of the video. Thought I'd break in here just to kind of show you that while we're still in process, it is at this point in time creating the other 5 databases. We have the other 2 SQL instances with the integration test and QA, and then we have the development integration test and QA also for the Postgres. But I just wanted to kind of break in and show you that that is in fact happening, and we'll come back as soon as it is fully completed. And we're back. You can see now we have green circles for each of the 6 databases showing that they are indeed runnable. You can see here at the bottom of the page that that all 15 of those resources have been created. So if I were to click on this one, again, you'll see that we're using the minimum amount as we were instructed to do. And in this case, we'll have a user account, which is for the integration test server. So this is the integration test user. Again, had to shorten it. And you can see that that is going to be the case for the QA group. Again, there's the QA user. Postgres dev user. It also created a built-in automatic Postgres user, but that's something I learned earlier this afternoon when I was doing this the first time around. For the integration test server, there's our integration test user, and then for QA, we have the last one. There's our QA user. So we've been able to show all of that we've created 6 databases, that they all seem to be working, that I can log into the one that I've done here. Again, here's that link to it, and there's the database itself. And we've shown that the users were created and each of the databases were created. So the last thing that's on the to-do list, if I bring it up real quick, is to show the destroy command and to take all of this hard work that I've just finished doing and to wipe it all out. But of course we have to do that because we don't want to get charged for having these instances up. And since I have a file here that has all of this information, should I need to create these again, it'll only take, well, apparently, well, I don't know, looked like about 15 to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, somewhere right in there. So let's get about to destroying these. And the way to do that, the easiest way to do that is to type in Terraform destroy. It's going to ask me if I want to do all this, and if you take a look, it kind of just gives us the reverse plan of everything that we did earlier. So pretty standard. Type in the word yes, and here goes all my lovely work. And it'll be a week before I can recreate all these. But, you know, I can always change the names to protect the innocent. Let's give it a minute. I think it's going to probably take a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes for a minute here. All right, I'll come back when this is done. All right, and now we're back, and you can see that it finished destroying all those, all 18. So all 6 databases, all 6 instances, all 6 users were destroyed. And I refresh the screen, and you can see that now my scenario project is completely empty. So there you go. That's everything for this week, and you guys have a great week. I'll see you next week.